Hopefully this is recording. So hello, Andrew here. I'm troubleshooting my old computer while I move stuff over to my new computer to get back to cranking out the work that needs to get worked on. So although the main batch of meditations are over, I think it would do us all a great service if we continue doing some form of meditation. My schedule is truly messed up right now. I'm going to bed much later, and it's hard to get up at that 4 a.m. Time period. I think it's because my computer's broke and I've been trying to work on it, and it's just I have coffees during the day, and it's just a knock-on effect. So excuse me. So a couple things I was going to mention. I realize I get sent a lot of messages about Andrew. Do you realize what's going on with the agenda behind all of this? You know, coronavirus and blah blah blah. I Years ago, I would be the first to kind of step up and say, "Hey, look at really what's going on behind the scenes." And I got to be honest that in the last couple of years, several years, I've been stepping away from that truly fear-based kind of thought process, and I've been stepping into more and more my power. And we all have that. We all have that ability to not react on the fear, not to spread. There's a fine balance, isn't there, between being wary and being aware of what's going on, but also not feeding it. I think by getting fearful, we feed into things, we feed into stuff, and stuff that a lot of you here in the group, if you knew the true depths of some of the areas of the subjects that people are talking about, your minds would be blown just how out there the thoughts on all of this truly are. So what I've decided to do, and it's scary because it means stepping out when you don't see a bridge there, when you don't see that there's anything left there to support you. But when you just let go and trust and step into your own power, that is where the miracles truly lay. So I've got a blog post that I haven't put up yet. I've been scrambling to just get up and running, period. But it wrote about my journey over the last year, couple years, and especially these last few months, and the messages that I've been getting. So, and as for some of you, as strange as that may seem, and for many of you, not strange at all. It's just a normal, everyday thing, right? So, but it was a lovely reminder that I need to own who I am, that we all need to own who we are, that we have this incredible ability deep inside of us, and a power, like a superhero, dare I say it, but it's something that we can take control of and not allow those things to control us. So what do I mean by that? Realizing and understanding that there are forces and things in the background and people trying to do stuff and pull one over, I get all that. But the moment I start worrying about that, that's when that's when it wins, right? So, without being too cryptic, because I don't want to give any of that power. So when I get sent messages or emails of Andrew, wake up to what's really going on, or this is the true agenda of why all of this is happening. I get it. I absolutely get it. But what you do in spreading that, in passing that on to more, there's a way to do it, and I'm not even sure how it is. I think we all need to be aware of what might be happening, but in the same breath, to not really pay it any mind or give it any attention, because this and this is where it's at. That is where our true power lies. My heart. So, which apparently right now is in space. But I'm getting all these notifications from my students. So look, it's a scary thing when we try to acknowledge and just walk within the light of who we are, of what we truly are. And when we give into some of the darker aspects, we lose our power. So I would suggest to you, I would almost beg of you, in a sense, to take that information on board, but let go of it. You're aware. If there is something that needs to happen whereby, and this is where it kind of, it's like what side do you take? What steps do you take once you have the knowledge? I would suggest taking it on board mentally, but kind of laughing it off in a sense and moving forward with your own power, knowing that you will win the day, that we will win the day. Love and light is way more powerful than anything else that's out there. Although what's out there is quite formidable, but what you've never done, and maybe some of you have, but what many of us have never done, and I'm only just starting. This video is me starting. But what many of us have never done is truly stepped up to spiritually who we are, and owning it, becoming that light for people, to be the best of us, When I go out in a car and I interact, I do get rubbed the wrong way. And I notice that very weird dichotomy within myself, where on the one hand I'm here and I'm being very kind and spiritual and just and trying to help people, but there's also that side that is in conflict, and that's a reactionary knee-jerk type of aspect. So I think for us to kind of go out and interact on a very conscious level, be wary of where your emotions are, and let's meditate. Let's get out. Let's do a daily meditation, and definitely a Saturday at 2:00 like we were doing. I think that's the more effective time. And did you see the spike in did you see the spike in the Schumann resonance energy field at 2 p.m. on April the 4th, when I think is when we had the biggest gathering of individuals? Before it, there was nothing. After it, there was nothing. But right at 2:00, when we were doing our thing, there was a massive spike. That's special, So anyway, I invite you to Be wary, be aware of what's going on, but don't feed into it. Try and come from a higher place. Try and be gentle with yourselves, be gentle with others. But I still think it's possible to be very much human and very much reactionary at times. But the more we can kind of push that down and come out of love and come out of peace, and we can spread that out. I've had 3 or 4 absolutely incredible responses to the latest meditation, where we blast out the peace and the healing and the love across the planet. That is the way that I used to do it, to send it to individuals. I would imagine that individual laying down or sitting down or being in their home. I would be very specific up here. Little did I realize that I didn't need to be. So, but I've been getting some wonderful feedback of people that have, for all intents and purposes, healed a couple of things because they sent out healing to an individual. So how fantastic is that? So if you've had any effect, if you've had any results from using those meditations, let me know. I'd love to hear about them, because that will help me fine tune them. There's a couple of other aspects that I really want to use to help the effectiveness of them. I want to come out with a series of movements, like a kata, and as I say that, I have a massive bird flying over top. It's really quite rare that I have birds here, but recently it seems that it's been a bit of a magnet for the birds as another one flies by. So let's fine tune this. Let's boost this. Let's take this to another level. I was experimenting the other day with my electronic equipment here, and I generated a sound, and the sound being generated activated, all I can say, it was like activated electricity in my brain, and massively so. And just from hearing the sound of it, it created that effect within my brain, and I'm like, oh, I just turned on my brain. Silly stuff, but until you actually hear it and experience it. So I'm excited to get working on all of that. But anyway, I'm going to come up with some daily times, okay? Let's all meditate daily. There's some of you that need to do that, just to take you out of the fear and the anxiety and feeling sorry for everyone else. I get it. I feel it too. But what's happening, I look at it from the greater perspective. What's happening is, yes, there's a massive loss of life, and we can't deny that or kind of sidestep that. But if there's any positive that's coming from that, this is waking people the heck up. It's truly scaring some people, and they feel like there's something more, you know? There's more to life. Stuff that you and we've known for years, right? Some people have lived a very kind of reactionary life and only lived a very surface level type of living, where we've dug deep into our psyches, into our consciousness, and asked why and how and where, and all these deep questions that we feel that we have a good handle on, but really, we're always ever going to be the student, even the ones that teach. So we always need to stay open, we always need to learn, we always need to grow. And we always need to help each other. That's what all of this is about. We need to become a race and a society where we help each other. And this is just me trying to do my part in these times to help as many as I can. So, look, yes, down the road I will be putting up paid content, but it's not going to be $30 and it's not going to be $50. It'll be something that's very reasonable. But meanwhile, right alongside, I'll put up stuff for free to help you because we need to help each other during these times. I'm a little bit saddened, actually, that certain individuals continue to put out paid content and no free content. So that's not great. On one level, I get it, but this isn't about teaching people lessons right now. This is about helping people the best we can to spread the love, to spread the healing, and to spread the peace. So anyway, I just wanted to reach out. I'm in the middle of a pain in the butt reorganization of my whole office and computers, and all the editing stuff is kind of down. So things are quiet, but they're not really quiet. So I would appreciate it if you're watching up until this point. Please spread the word. Please invite people that you feel would benefit from this, even those that have never meditated before. I'm going to get some very introductory level meditations going. I'm going to get some meditations for children, meditations to help us sleep. I had a gentleman comment earlier on my meditation saying he was starting to get a little bit freaked out at home and not being able to sleep. And then he listened to my meditation and that did the job wonderfully. He was off to sleep in no time. So look, however we can help, however we can spread the love and peace and what have you. So this is me, Andrew Jones, signing out. Have a wonderful day. Look after yourselves. And I'll speak to you soon. 17 minutes.